that people are aware that we do have our stream up on the News Talk KZRG Facebook and YouTube. It just got underway again, just so people have a way to look at the radar in that Mount Vernon area. We're seeing that little bit of rotation head right for town. The National Weather Service in Springfield is saying that the path should take the rotation actually just south of Mount Vernon as the mesovortex bobbles. It's about 1.5 miles south of Mount Vernon proper in 8 minutes. So if you were in the city of Mount Vernon, especially on the south side of town, that's really the main concern. So hopefully it stays away from the downtown Mount Vernon area. That's some good news there from the National Weather Service, at least if they are saying that the mesovortices are kind of wobbling at this time. But if you're in Hoburg, if you're there at the municipal airport, those are the areas that are in the path of this tornado-warned storm, especially I-44 there near I-39 or Highway 39, excuse me. Exit 46, of course, that is the Mount Vernon exit, but it looks like the area of rotation could just go south of Mount Vernon here in the next few minutes. So we want to make sure you're up to date with the latest severe weather information, minute by minute, moment by moment, radar scan by radar scan here on the stations of Zimmer Marketing.
And this tornado warning does include Interstate 44 between mile markers 37 and 51, which would include Mount Vernon. That's also actually getting close to the Halltown area as well.
And they've kind of trimmed. They're already trimming the tornado warned storm, so it no longer includes places like Stott City. So that's some good news there. It looks like again Hoburg, Highway H, County Road 2140, County Road 2150, Lawrence County Road 1130. There's a lot of county roads here in this area, but generally about 1.5 miles south of Mount Vernon. Here in just a few minutes is where the area of rotation is headed. And again, this is a little spin-up tornado type storm within a QLCS, so they're really hard to predict where they're going to go, but the path should, again, just take the rotation south of Mount Vernon. And this doesn't necessarily mean there's even anything on the ground. This is radar indicated. We just want to make sure you're aware of that, but we want to make sure that you are also aware it could drop and spin up something really, really quickly, and then it could go back up into the air just as fast. So Mount Vernon still low. You're going to be hearing tornado sirens going off. You just go ahead and take shelter if you're in the city of Mount Vernon, just to be extra safe, even though National Weather Service believes it could go south of town.
By the way, if you are traveling to the east, they've now extended the severe thunderstorm watch in effect for until 4 o'clock in the morning for Greene, Christian, and Stone counties as well.
Yeah, so if you're in Joplin listening, areas along and west of I-49, go to sleep. Unless you're in McDonald County, could be seeing a strong thunderstorm coming up here shortly. But if you're in Joplin, southeast Kansas, go to bed. You don't need to worry about this storm. This is in Mount Vernon, headed east of I-44, so be headed towards the Springfield Metro here shortly. But really just concerned about the city of Mount Vernon, especially the south side of town at least. We're going to wait for another update from the National Weather Service in Springfield, but the area of rotation looks like it could be headed towards the southern edge of Mount Vernon. And like I said, we just got a new radar scan actually, so some good news there that I can give you a better location here. We're going right through Hoburg as we speak. Rotation is not looking as impressive as it was just a minute ago. Again, it's more of a really gusty wind south of Mount Vernon, just south of I-44 near Hoburg, near County Road 1125, near County Road 1135, headed for the Highway 39 corridor south of Mount Vernon. That looks like that's the main path. I think the area of rotation is going to stay just south of downtown proper, even the area right along I-44 in Mount Vernon, the kind of the business district there. I think it's just going to stay just to the south of there, at least the area of rotation will. So that's some good news, but still you want to stay vigilant. Tornado sirens going off. Still make sure you are taking shelter somewhere safe, but I'm trying to give you a really detailed area of where I think this rotation is and where it's going. It's moving northeast, so it might move along and just south of I-44 at this time as it goes south of Mount Vernon. But if you're on Highway 39 near County Road 2140, 2147, County Road 1150 as it meets up with Highway 39, those are areas that could be in the path of where this rotation is going here in just a few minutes.
Also, if you're in the areas of the rest areas to the east of Mount Vernon, be prepared for some heavy rain and high winds and possible tornado as well, because that's right along that same path.
Yes, and I can't think of a worse place to be than I-44 during a tornado warning. I know it's hard to
No.
see anything. I know a lot of people probably trying to stop under those overpasses, but honestly, those are some of the worst places to be because they become wind tunnels. They also become a danger for people that may not see your car if it starts getting backed up. So it could cause even more trouble than what it's worth. But again, area of rotation just south of Mount Vernon right now, tornado warned storm, tornado radar indicated tornado warning just to the south of Mount Vernon and just south of I-44. So again, county roads 2140, 2147, 2160, 1135, Highway 39, this area that's just south of Mount Vernon, east of Hoburg. That looks like it's the area where this rotation is headed at this time. So just if you're in these rural areas south of Mount Vernon, make sure you still are taking shelter. Mount Vernon, you're still in the warning. You still got tornado sirens going off, so go ahead and stay in your shelter as well. But kind of giving you, like I said, the very detailed look of where the area of rotation might be headed.
And now, from the National Weather Service, they're saying that the rotation is weakening. They might cancel the warning in a near future.
That's great news. Really great news.
Now, when this storm was earlier in the Joplin area, we have reports of some damage around First and Schifferdecker in northwest part of Joplin. And supposedly it is significant damage with power poles down and stop signs pulled from the ground.
Yeah, there's some pictures there in the National Weather Service chat that you can see. It looks like a tree over on a house. It looks like some sidings ripped off of a house there in the northwest side of Joplin. Looks like, yeah, stop signs are split in half. Wow, it could have been a really straight line wind gust in the city of Joplin earlier. So we at least have had some damage in this severe thunderstorm warning that the city saw earlier, but it also caused some power outages on the northwest side of Joplin. But still got a gusty wind front moving through Lawrence County at this time. Mount Vernon still under a tornado warning, but like you said, National Weather Service in Springfield sees the rotation weakening, and they might cancel the tornado warning soon. So that's some great news on this storm.
As of now, the tornado warning and the severe thunderstorm warning is in effect until 1:30 in the morning. You're listening to severe weather coverage wall to wall on the storm on the stations of Zimmer Marketing, including Kissin 92.5, Kicks 102.5, Big Dog 97.9, Classic Hits 93.9, AM 1230 The Talker, and of course News Talk KZRG.
And we got a new radar scan showing that area of rotation. If it were rotating, it's not really as rotating-y. That's not a word, but that's what I'm going to use at 1:13 in the morning over Highway 39 southeast of Mount Vernon. That would be headed up and along and south of I-44 towards the Chesapeake area next. You got highways FF, Highway K, a bunch of Lawrence County roads. They're in between, south of I-44, south of 174, and right over Highway 39. And then, of course, moving to the east-northeast at about, what was that movement? 35 miles per hour. So that's the area of rotation that the National Weather Service is less concerned about at this time, but they still got that tornado warning in effect, so we'll still treat it as such. But the city of Mount Vernon, you just got some gusty winds that rolled through. Could have some, straight line wind gust damage in Mount Vernon, but looks like the area of rotation went to the south and is now moving southeast of the city of Mount Vernon. So that is some good news for the Mountaineers.
And, of course, the heavy rain is still going to be continuing throughout the night in the southern part of our listening area as we've got heavy rain falling in the area. But they are now just got word from the National Weather Service in Springfield. They are canceling the tornado warning.
That is great news. So we had that, little spike in rotation, a couple of radar scans. National Weather Service issued that, let people know. And now that it's weakening, they're going to go ahead and cancel it. So good news for Mount Vernon, good news for portions of Lawrence County. But again, still some damaging straight line wind gusts are possible with this storm as it continues to push east towards the Springfield metro. And like I said, we had some damage on the northwest side of Joplin that was reported, and we've even seen some pictures of that in the National Weather Service chat. So if you've got damage reports, Steve, what was that? What's the tip line they can send it to?
You can text them to us at 417-782-1310. Again, that's 417-782-1310. You can also use Messenger and send them to us on Facebook as well.
That would be great. We don't want you going out in the rain or the lightning or anything and, getting these pictures. But if you've got something that you can get safely, that'd be great if you would share them with us, because we're seeing some reports of snapped stop signs, power lines down, trees down on the northwest side of town.
Are we getting any
Joplin that caused some power outages?
Are we getting any update right now on the severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect until 1:30?
It looks like they've kept that in place. It's going to expire in 13 minutes, but it's moved through Mount Vernon. I think the only areas that should be concerned are areas like Chesapeake, Halltown, I-44, between Mount Vernon and Springfield. But again, severe thunderstorm warning, tornado possible tag. Tornado warning has been canceled. Great news there, but still gusty winds up to 60 miles per hour are possible with that storm, especially where that rotation was. I still think areas like Chesapeake, just south of I-44, east of Mount Vernon, still could be in for a good walloping of gusty winds, but at least the tornado threat has gone down with this storm.
I think walloping would be a good term to word it.
Yeah, I've run out of adjectives to say. It's a little bit late.
You're running a little low on sleep, I think. So am I.
I am, but that's what we do. We love covering weather here on the stations at Zimmer Marketing, and I'm going to say it again. We've got some latest model guidance coming in. I'm going to check that out real quick, but we've got a severe weather threat on Saturday. It looks like it could be a south central Kansas, north central Oklahoma, northeast Oklahoma event. And then we've got one Sunday in kind of the same areas, but a little bit closer to the Joplin Metro. So Saturday, Sunday, and even maybe the first half of Monday really need to be watched for potential of severe weather. There could be a cap in place. Some storms may fire, some may not, but the ones that are able to get going in these next few days could pack a punch and could be something we need to watch out for. So the latest model guidance, we're just kind of going to be pouring over that the next few days, but the environment will be ripe for severe storms this weekend. So just something we want you to keep in the back of your mind, and go ahead and download that Zimmer Storm Sensor app. Make sure you are staying up to date with the very latest severe weather information.
Ty, I was going to say that we've been hearing reports that it just depends upon what happens in the morning time, but that the weather could be a rather strong severe weather outbreak on Sunday if it does not have, as you say, the cap.
Yeah, Sunday looks like it's a big day for us, but then I'm kind of looking at Monday. A lot of storm chasers are already eyeing Monday, the 27th, for areas eastern Missouri. I'd say Springfield and east, talking about St. Louis, the Mississippi River Valley towards the Boot Heel. Of course, April 27th, we all remember the big super outbreak from 2011. That was about a month before the Joplin tornado. Massive outbreak there in the Dixie Alley area. So April 27th also has that kind of connotation of being, associated with a big super outbreak. But St. Louis could be in the bullseye of that system. Just something we want to watch over the next few days, because any little changes in how the storms that are currently over the Pacific Ocean, when the low pressure systems combine and get on land, we'll have a better a better look at those storms, and just seeing the timing. If everything lines up, we could see kind of storms Saturday, Sunday, even the first half of Monday for our area, and then eastern Missouri on Monday afternoon and Monday evening. So a lot to watch. It's severe weather season. April, May, you know the drill. It always happens like this, but we just want to make sure people are more up to date than they've ever been with technology and the way it is. We've got more tools at our disposal to keep you up to date with the very latest, more than we've ever had in the past. So Zimmer Storm Center app, that is the best way for you to keep up to date. And then, of course, when severe weather breaks out like it is now, you and I and others at Newswatch KZRG will be going wall to wall to make sure people are up to date minute by minute, moment by moment.
Are we getting any updates at all on the severe thunderstorm warning? Has it moved out of the Jasper and Newton County area at this moment, just into
It definitely has. It's
Okay.
even moving out of the Lawrence County area. I do think there's still a little sliver of eastern Lawrence County, like Halltown and Marionville, that are under this warning, but I do think it's moving out of our coverage area. So I think here shortly we can get our music listeners back. Now, I know Springfield Metro, if you live kind of in between Mount Vernon and Springfield and need more severe weather coverage, it looks like that storm is going to it may maintain its intensity, honestly. There may be 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts approach the west side of Springfield here shortly, but it's kind of moving out of the Zimmer Storm Sensor app coverage. So we just still want people on the west side of Springfield to be aware that severe thunderstorms are headed your way.
And does it look like the severe weather threat for the Joplin area, Neosho area, is probably beginning to subside then for the rest of the night?
It has for sure, for sure. I'm looking at McDonald County, Anderson, Pineville, Lanigan, Knoll, about to get a strong storm like Southwest City's getting, but there's no warning on that. We go look farther west, Jay, Grove, Veneta, Pryor, areas like Claremore looks like are behind the outflow boundary, so it looks like the rotation there would be non-existent, but still a loud night. Could be a loud night in extreme southwest Missouri, eastern Oklahoma, northwest Arkansas, but the severe weather threat for southeast Kansas, over.
And
For
good
Joplin,
news.
it's over.
Good news.
So we can go to sleep.
Yeah, good news. They just canceled the severe thunderstorm warning for Lawrence County.
Love that. Big fan of that.
You've been listening to severe weather coverage on the stations of Zimmer Marketing, KSYN, Kicks 102.5, Big Dog 97.9, also Classic Hits 93.9, AM 1230 The Talker, and of course FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310 News